welcome to Last of the Romans tutorial for NCAA 25 for beginners, and we're going to be setting up our recruiting board, and we'll look at custom schedules and just probably skip it. I don't think, well, I'll just address that now. I don't change the schedule week or the first season because it is, you know, the real schedule that those teams are playing, and I'd rather use what's really going to happen and try to see what their season would be like. But after the first season, I do look at it a bit, and it's pretty easy to understand. I don't think you'll have trouble if you try that in the future. I guess I can show you. Yeah, there will be the schedule. Some of the games will be locked. You can see that to the left. And then you can edit the rest. Usually, week 0 is hard to get anyone to play you. I guess not in. Looks like everyone's available actually for week 0. Week 1 though, yeah. See, each week you'll have a different number of teams that are available because some teams have locked-in games. So yeah, you could just pick what you want, and I guess first, like what to pick. I'd just, if you, well, this game doesn't really look at strength of schedule very much, I don't think. Um, so yeah, that's up to you if you want to play tougher teams or not. But yeah, let's have a look at the recruiting board. So first we're going to go to prospect list, and then we're going to sort by rank. And then we'll keep it on recommended, because that'll sort out the players that have deal breakers and just don't want to go to our university. So then we're going to go to quarterback, and for quarterback, we're going to take any 5 stars, and then beyond the 5 stars, because you'll take whatever 5-star you can get. But beyond that, we'll look at the 4 stars. Really, you're going to want to target probably about 5 quarterbacks. So I'll just take the top 5. And then I'll move on to running back. And I will take the top. I'm going to go with top 4 running backs. And then I'll move on to wide receiver, where I'll take the top 4. Tight end, I'll take the top 3. Offensive tackle, I'll take the top, let's see, 2. Actually, we'll make it 3. And then offensive guard, we'll take 3. Center, though, yeah, we can take 3 here, too. We'll just take 3 at every position from after the skill positions and get up to 35, which will stop us about at the first middle linebacker. And we're going to have to try and make sure to get the rest of those positions filled once we eliminate players from our recruiting board. So how to eliminate players from your recruiting board, go to quarterback, and then which is hit L2 and switch it from any to quarterback. And then you'll click on one, you'll go to scouting, and we're going to scout these guys. We have 875 points for Kansas. It depends on your university and your coach how many points you have. 875 is decent. Let's see what Shumain is like. He is the 5-star. So he seems, well, okay. So he seemed really good until we got to the development trait, which he has a negative development trait, which you can tell by that diamond with the X on it. So I'm not really interested in spending a whole bunch of time trying to recruit this guy if he's not going to develop. I'm going to cross him off. So we have 3 4-stars left at quarterback. I'm going to have a look, and I can go through this and see which one is more likely to be able to be recruited, which we'll look at 2 factors. How close are they at that gold bar that says below their name and the stars? We're going to look at that gold bar that says top 8, top 5, top 3 above it. The further along they are, the less likely you will be able to make an impact. I think even if they're at the top 8, you can't recruit them if you're not in it. So, I mean, that's the whole concept. So if they're close to that top 8, it's going to be less likely that you're going to be able to affect it, especially if the influence of the top teams is really high, which you can see it is for this guy. We may not even want to scout him. We may just want to eliminate him and outright. John is fairly. I mean, he's over 50% the way through to the top 8. USC has a fairly good hold on him. It definitely looks better with Lane and Griffin. I'm gonna look at Griffin first. Hopefully he is a gem. He is not. So I'm gonna move on to Lane. I'm gonna keep him though because he's not a negative development trait and he is a 4-star. So he is gonna be a good player still in all likelihood. Although he doesn't have any abilities except for his mental abilities, which are looks pretty decent. He doesn't have good throw on the run. He has awful throw under. Well, I shouldn't say awful. He has pretty bad throw under pressure, but he's got a 93 arm. So I eliminate pretty much anyone below an 88 throw power. That's the only criteria I'm strict on. I don't like the 71 throw under pressure and 76 throw on the run though. So if we can find a better option, I'm gonna go with it instead of Griffin. Let's have a look at Lane. So he is okay. Negative development trait. I'm cutting him. I think I'm going to. Yeah, I'll look at. It's tough to say with John. He's potentially going to be impossible to recruit, but I'm going to try. I'll see what he's like. So he doesn't have a positive trait, but he doesn't have a negative trait either. His medium accuracy is worrisome. Throwing the run and throw under pressure is good though. So, and his deep accuracy isn't as bad as his medium accuracy. I'm willing to keep him, but as for scholarships, if I really liked either of these players, I'd offer him a scholarship. I think I'm gonna offer Griffin a scholarship. Well, I don't know. I mean, his throw under pressure is really worrisome, and John's is not bad. I guess I'm gonna give it to John, the scholarship. You can offer more than one. You'll want to have like at least one player at every position if you can. You'll check your team needs by hitting R3, and you can see what it thinks that you need. It says that we do need one quarterback. It says two running backs are needed. We need 7 wide receivers. Holy cow. What? I'm trying to figure this out here. Yeah, I don't think this is really right because it's saying we need to carry 6 quarterbacks. I just look at it. So for quarterback, in this case, yeah, we have Fontana, who is a freshman and will be here next year. Daniels is going to be gone. Marshall, redshirt freshman, 70. Easter 72. So if we could get a really good quarterback either in, well, recruiting would be difficult. It's hard to find a quarterback that is going to be a significant improvement over the roster. Um, but yeah, we might get one in the transfer portal, which is another option. So any of the players that you recruit, you have 35 recruiting slots. Every time you sign somebody, you have to keep them in that slot. So you can only recruit a maximum of 35 players over the course of recruiting and transfer portal because it shares the recruiting screen. So if you max out on recruits over the course of the season, you won't be able to get any transfers without cutting somebody. Um, Yeah, so quarterback, you're going to want to have at least three guys. I mean, we've talked about what you need at each position before for red shirts. So I don't think I need to go over your minimum number of required at each position. You can reference that video if you'd like. Uh, but yeah, the ones in red you can prioritize a bit. Really, uh, it's not like uh, it's not, just recruit what you think you need. I guess I can go over the positional needs again. Well, no, I think if you, as long as you reference that video, then you should be able to know at least what you need at the very least. So let's continue along. Kali has a deal breaker. We're gonna take him off. Barnhart. We're gonna check the overview and see if any of these guys seem unrecruitable. And it looks like Fields won't be attainable. A&M is very high up there, and he's close to locking teams out. Um, hmm. Yeah, I just don't really see that being an option. I'm going to take him off. But Barnhart we could maybe get, although he is a 5-star, so there's going to be a lot of competition for him. He has a negative development trait. So what that negative development trait means is that he's more like a 4-star than a 5. So they can still be good if they've got good ratings, but it, you know, is a bit riskier, I feel like. With the negative development trait, they may never really get better than they are as a freshman. But I haven't tested it a whole lot. I have gone through probably like 10 um, simulations of the progression, but I didn't mark down who had negative development traits, so I didn't see how much of an impact it had. But anyways, I'm gonna look at Bordreau. Hopefully he looks decent. Um, hmm. For running back, if their carrying is really low, you might want to avoid them. Other than that, if they're really slow, you could avoid them. This guy, I don't see anything that is a big red flag. 79 carrying is not ideal, but he'll get better over time. You're probably not going to be using your freshmen uh, too much that you get from recruiting because they have lower awareness and stamina, and also a low injury rating. So they don't know what they're doing as well as other players, which may or may not be an issue. But the bigger issues are that they'll be affected by wear and tear quite frequently and get knocked out of games and injured. So for Boudreaux, we're gonna leave him for now. If we get under 100 recruiting points, I'm gonna go back and see if I need to give anyone a scholarship. Let's see. So we'll go on to wide receivers. And this guy, he's a 5-star. I forgot to check the overview. Oh yeah, he is recruitable. He's not very far along in the top 8, and he's not very greatly influenced by any team. I'm. He's got good spectacular catch. If his catching was below like 78, I probably wouldn't look at him. He's got great jumping. He's very fast. He's got sure hands. 50-50 balls he's good with. Yeah, this guy is a good player, I think, even though he doesn't have a green gem, indicating a higher development level than the number of stars. So a 5-star with a green gem is going to be extremely good. But we'll offer him a scholarship anyways, even though he doesn't have it. We'll look at Beaver, I think. Let me check his overview. Yeah, he's attainable. Let's see. He is a negative development trait and 78 catching. I'm not in favor of really spending time recruiting him. We'll have a look. Oh, I forgot to check his overview. He does look recruitable. I'd say as long as there's no team at like 75%, and as long as he's not above 75% the way through to the top 8, then that should be attainable. Let's see. 76 catching, 75 catching traffic. Don't like that. I'm gonna cut him 2. We'll have a look at. Ooh, hit the wrong button. Sorry. We'll have a look at Irvin. Although I did forget to check. That's close to not being recruitable. He's probably going to Georgia. I'm gonna finish recruiting him anyways. So he is a gem. So he'll act like a 5-star. 75 catching though, not a fan. 98 speed, 97 jumping. Yeah, he's got great physical skills. I think I'm gonna offer him a scholarship, regardless of his poor hands. Tight end. We'll look at Christian Moe. Negative development trait. I'm cutting him. Akuda. Negative development trait. I'm cutting him. Falk. No development trait, low awareness, low route running, low pass blocking, and all of that. Low run blocking. I mean, that's not really that low for a tight end. His catching's not great. Only 74 route running. I think I'm going to keep him, but I'm going to look for another option when I go over again. We're going to just work our way down from quarterback, and then we'll go over things again after we get past all of the defensive positions. And offensive positions. Offense first and then defense. So we'll have a look at Cozier here. We'll see if he's any good. He is a 5-star, no development trait. His ratings look well. He's got good impact blocking, good strength. He's a good power blocker. Yeah, I don't mind keeping him, especially if yeah, we can probably get him. I'm not a huge fan of spending time on players without good development. But he's probably worth it anyways. So basically, these guys are both 5-stars. I'm gonna offer. Oh, I already did offer visual scholarship. I'm gonna offer Cozier a scholarship 2. I'll move on to guard. Let me check. Oops. I'm gonna check here with anger. Make sure none of these guys. So yeah, I'm gonna make sure none of these guys have you know, a situation where it's not going to be able, we're not going to be able to recruit them. I think these guys all look okay. Okay, so I'm going to scout them each. No development trait. This guy, no development trait. This guy, no development trait. Okay, I'm going to see if I can eliminate any of them. We'll keep one of these guys, I think. So I'm having a hard time picking one just off the, uh, shooting from the hip, that is. Um, Wagner has really bad run blocking, and Sledge. Yeah, I'm thinking Sledge is better than Wagner. I'm going to take Wagner off, even though he's a great pass blocker. And he does have some abilities and good mental traits, but that run blocking is worrisome. Sledge, everything looks fine. Anger, not great. Pass block finesse, not good pass blocking. I think, let me see, does he have a pass blocking? No, he doesn't. He just has run blocking. These both could be viable. I'm not going to offer a scholarship yet. I'll wait. Griggs. Let's have a look at him. Oh, I forgot to check. Yeah, he might have. Well, he's probably okay. Haslam. Yeah, that's concerning. He's about 75% of the way to top 8, and he has a team close to 75% committed. I think I'm going to take Haslam off and not... Oh, he was also a JUCO, which means that he would have less time to develop, because they'll come in as a junior, I believe. Yeah, we'll take this guy off. He's negative development and only a 3-star to begin with. So do we want to offer Griggs a scholarship? He's only a 3-star, no abilities. I think not great run blocking, not great pass blocking. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. We're gonna move on to defensive end. This guy is a 5-star. I don't see any big red flags. I mean, play recognition's not very high, but yeah, we could probably recruit him. Checking the overviews, they all look okay. I should have done that for the first guy too. Let's see if Smoker will join or be good, have a good development. Good finesse moves on Smoker. Let's have a look at Feliz. It's notable that we're below halfway through with our points, so I mean it's just what it is. What it is. We're gonna keep going. Yeah, I can't really discern between them which one I would prefer. Yeah, they're close. I'm not gonna offer. No, I'm gonna offer them both scholarships. They're 5-stars, so they're already gonna be pretty good. Hawkinson, a 5-star. Let's have a look at the overview for Hawkinson. Yeah, so it's not bad. This guy, Faulkner, he may not be recruitable. Yeah, I'm going to take him off, and then we'll look at Hawkinson and Kessman. Your recruits are going to be totally different. That should be obvious by now if you are following along in your game. Just something to keep in mind, I suppose, if you didn't, if you were watching the video and you hadn't checked yet. Let's see. So I'm gonna leave these both. They're 5-stars. I think I'm willing to offer them both scholarships as well. So if you're a bit confused at like how you manage the well, I think you can probably figure that out. Like you'll have to click onto the player to access these three, and then so I will switch to overview, and then I can hit circle or B on Xbox, and then you can go through them. Pippin is looking a little hard to get. I mean, that is probably okay. We could probably shoot our shot there, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and keep him. Let's see what Alvarez is like. Poor zone coverage, but he's an outside linebacker. Probably a left outside linebacker. We're at 160 points remaining. Alright, none of these guys had good development, but they're all 5-stars. It looks like Alvarez is the most attainable. I'm going to hit him with a scholarship. And then I could hit Grimes with one. I am going to. Oh, I guess they are right outside linebackers. That makes more sense. They're the more valued for a lot of teams, it seems. Especially in college football, it looks like. So now we don't have, we've run out of recruits. I'm going to continue with middle linebacker. So I'm going to go to middle linebacker. I'm going to sort by rank. And then I'm going to get 2 guys on the board. I'll move on to cornerback. I'm going to get 3 on the board. I'll move on to free safety, get 2. You know what? I might as well get 3 for each of these spots. Maybe 4 even for cornerback. Free safety, yeah, 3 again. 3 for wide receiver. And then I think I'm going to leave it. I do have 5 more slots available, but I don't think... See, I'm not positive. I need to check this if I can. I don't think having them on your board... Well, yeah, I would check it, but I am not sure if I can get an answer. Let me see. I can't really get an answer. Because it's hard to search for the question, which is, does having them on the board increase your influence, and I actually don't think it does, because it doesn't say anything under the action summary, and I don't think it seems to give you influence if you're not actually doing any actions. So that's why I've been leaving the boards half filled, and it'll save you time too. And so, yeah, I don't think you need to keep all 35 slots filled. I'm gonna actually hold on. Agude is negative recruiting trait. I'm taking him off the board. We'll have a look at Malik. Let's see. Ooh, Gem. I'm going to offer him a scholarship right away. Because I'm so low on points, I'm going to move on to cornerbacks, see if I can find somebody. We'll have a look at which one's the most viable. Pierce, I don't even think we're going to be able to recruit. I'm going to take him off the board. Marquez, probably not recruitable either. I'm going to have a look at Maragos. Alright, nothing terribly concerning with his stats, but I don't feel like offering him a scholarship. I'm going to look at Durbin. We're going to run out of points here, and then that's the end of the preseason recruiting. You can fill out the board if you feel like it. Like I said, I don't think it will have a positive effect on your influence, but you could probably check that too. You know what? Let me have a look. We'll do a test right here. I'm gonna put just the best quarterback that we've not scouted on the board, and we're gonna check. We're gonna check how his influence has changed after the first week with us. So we're not, yeah, we're not even projected. We need somebody who is actually interested in our university, which is Osgood. So I'm gonna put Osgood on. We're 7th with interest right now. We'll have a look at him. There's Osgood. So we're 7th. We're about 75% of the way through. We're not offering a scholarship. Yeah, we'll advance this and see what happens. I probably should have used those last 5 points to offer somebody a scholarship. You should probably use all of your points if you can. Let's see. So Amani, it looks like, yeah, okay. That's it'll tell you updates on the status of the recruits, but it didn't seem to say how we had done with Amani. So we'll have a look here. So yeah, it completely reset things. Influence is entirely different than it was a week ago in preseason. I think it's because it's like relative to the top school. So relative to the top school, we have decreased quite a bit, is what it looks like. Yeah, okay, so week 0 of the season. You're gonna start. I tend to start with the quarterbacks, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put points into anybody that I think is worth recruiting. Really, you're gonna want to go pretty all out on most of these players, and you would think to send the house because it gives you the maximum influence. Uh, but I think you get more information from doing the other ones. I'm not sure. I thought that, yeah, I thought that, yeah, there was a difference between how much you get to know about them. Um, hmm. I guess I'm just gonna send the house with this guy. That'll max out the number of points we have for quarterback, which is to that clock symbol to the right. Um, yeah, so we've only got 700 points for the regular season. And back to the points that you have per quarterback, that's based on your coach's ability. Okay, so since I don't think there's a difference between how much information... Oh, and you might want to check the overview. It looks like we're probably not going to be able to get anywhere close to John, so I'm just going to cut him from the board. Yeah, this guy we can still look at, I think. This guy definitely we could look at. We'll have a look at his scouting. I think I'm gonna stick with quarterback until I can find somebody I am really interested in recruiting. Uh, this guy's possible 80 throw under pressure. Griffin is the one that's low on it, and I don't know. I'm not sold on Griffin. I'm not really sold on King. They're equal stars though, so I'm gonna go with King over Griffin. He is a scrambler. He's probably he does have decent accuracy still. So I actually am kind of interested in recruiting King. I'm gonna go ahead and offer him a scholarship and send the house. And once you have one at each position that you are, each position of need, I should say. So each in red here, at least. As long as you have one red at each of those spots, then uh, you should be okay. And you can then go on and add more to your board if you have the points for it. So Bourdreau, just seeing if I think we can get him, if I like him as a prospect. I'm not entirely sold on him. It says that we do need a running back, and if I look on the roster and signed, we'll have Hishaw as a senior and Morrison as a senior next year. Those two can start. Um, yeah, so we probably do need one guy, I would say, if we could. It is in red. They're saying we need two. I don't think we need two. We probably just need one here. I'm not against Bourdreau, but I want to have a look at least two more prospects for running back, and then I'll move on. I think we've looked at, yeah, Kali had a deal breaker, I thought. Let's see, Soria, I might have looked at some of these guys. I'm just going to actually put a few of them on here because I think, no, we haven't, but I'll make sure they're all viable. This guy doesn't seem particularly viable. He is a 4-star, though. Technically, Harvin's going to be harder to get. I'll remove him. Finger and Volk. I don't know. Seem tough. You will jump up a whole lot when you offer him a scholarship. I'm going to take him off the board for now. I'm not sold on the ability to recruit them. Ooh, Sorry is a gem, so we're offering him a scholarship. Yeah, we're going to try to get this guy. I'm going to send the house because we have to make up ground. We need to use as many points as possible to get to him. That probably means that Bourdreau is off the table. I'm going to check the scouting, see if I feel like Soria is that much of an improvement. He does seem like it. Okay, so Bourdreau, we're going to leave him on the board unless we need to remove him in order to look at somebody else. Or if he gets recruited to somebody else, then you can remove him then too. Fleming, wide receiver. We do like him, so I'm gonna offer him. I'm gonna send the house at him. Irvin, yeah, we want this guy to send the house. Falk. Yeah, we didn't even offer him a scholarship. He's almost recruited to A&M anyways. We're removing him. I'm going to look at some other... Well, I think I'm going to go through the board first, and then the first position that I come back to will be tight end. It will probably be. So here we've offered a scholarship to Cozier. We're gonna reduce the amount that we're putting into tackles and non-skill positions to 40. So we'll only have 40 recruiting points invested in these two. Osgood, I might as well have a look at him. Ooh, he's a gem. I'm going to offer him a scholarship. And because he's only a 3-star, I'm only going to contact his family and put 25 points in. Guard, we're going to... yeah, these were the ones that I wasn't entirely sold on. Let's see if either of them are really interested in another team. So they're both recruitable. Sledge and Anger. One's power, one's agility. I'm gonna move on. I'm not sold on these guys. I think I do want to hit both of these guys with 25 points. Because I want to start seeing if I can recruit them, but I'm not so invested that I'm willing to throw the house at them. Same with these guys. They deserve to be recruited as 5 stars that we have a decent shot at. Yeah, but I'll have to come back to them to see if I want to invest more points later if I have them. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep moving on. This guy's a 5 star, we'll give him 25. Grimes a 5 star, we'll give him 25. We're running out of points though. You may want to prioritize filling as many positions as possible. That is why I am only offering 25. So we're at the end of our recruiting, or recruited players, that is, or scouted players, I should say. This guy is extremely fast, 97. We do need a cornerback, I'm sure. Although, you know what? It said we had 10. Is that right? Yeah, it says we don't need one. But we're losing 2 guys. Yeah, we actually we are probably okay for recruited cornerbacks. We could maybe go after a transfer cornerback though. So I'll offer Durbin a scholarship. I will only contact his friends and family. I'm going to take Maragos off. Well, I'll leave him on the board since we can fill it out with 35 if we want to. We'll move on to free safety. Actually, I'm going to check to see if free safety or strong safety is even needed. Yeah, we need both, it says. It says we need more strong safeties, though, so I'll look at them first. Monty is a gem. I'm going to offer him a scholarship. He's a 5 star with gem development, so that's extremely good. I'm going to go ahead and hit him with a send the house. We really want to get that guy if we can. Although Georgia's got a good lead on us. I think I'm going to take Mevis off. He's not really recruitable. For a die, let's scout him a little bit. And we're out of points, so we can move on to the next week. And this will be the last week that I look at on this episode. Yeah, we've got a decent amount of time left. So we should be able to get through this in this video. So yeah, I don't really get a whole lot of information from that recruiting screen. I tend to just look at the board. So we'll go back again on this week and look at the top quarterback. It does look like we can get King. We're at the top of his board now because we offered a scholarship, and that means a lot to many of the 4 and lower stars. 5 stars will have the luxury of being offered multiple scholarships, and it won't be as impactful. Okay, so I'm good with King. I would like to get a different quarterback or a second quarterback if I could, but I'm fine with him, so I'm going to move on. Again, actually, Bordeaux, we'll leave him until he gets signed to USC, but he's probably getting signed to USC, and I wouldn't waste points on him. So what you're going to want to check after the first week of scouting, or not scouting, but recruiting. So we sent the house, and it's eliminated 2 of his interests, playing style and program tradition. So how recruiting works after the first week is you're trying to get as many green check marks under their interests in order to then hard sell them as opposed to sending the house, because hard sell is more effective and because it's less points as well. So it's 40 and it's more effective, and the only problem is you need to know what 3 things the player is most interested in. And then for schedule visit, I would wait until the week before you want to schedule the visit with the player, and then do it like schedule the visit. It's gonna cost 40 points. You're gonna pick whatever interest has a green check mark by it. So you at least need one with a green check mark, and then you just pick the one that you are best at selling. So for us, it's conference prestige as an A minus. So as many times as I can use conference prestige in order to influence players, I will. The next best would be proximity for home to home and playing time for Soria, but those change based on the player and their position and the situation. Let's we'll finish up recruiting for this week. I'll just continue to show you what I would be doing. So I'm just checking to see if there's two things I'm checking at this point, uh, or there's two things that you could check, which is the overview to see how we're doing. We're not making a huge lot of amount of progress on Soria. We're fifth. We got some time. We're not going to be locked out because we're five. He'll narrow it down to eight next week, and then move towards narrowing it down to five. We've got time to make up ground, and hopefully we can. It does look like Alabama is putting a huge amount of effort into him. Ohio State as well. We might end up not getting him. There's a good chance of it, in fact. So I think it would probably be smarter for me to remove him and to look to a different running back. We may want to increase the points if we have the opportunity to, but we're at 50 of 50 right now, so that's not really a choice. Moving on to Fleming, yeah, he's looking like he's going to Georgia there too, but we're making up a lot of ground, it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and leave him. Irvin definitely looks like we can get him. Okay, so the other thing that I wanted to look at, yeah, is the motivation, which ones he's interested in. We don't have. We're probably not going to have anybody that we can hard sell after week one. It's going to take multiple weeks of recruiting in order to get those 3 green check marks and hard sell. Um, so I'm mainly just going to be looking at the overview until uh, those become more clear. Vigil looks like we might not get him because Oklahoma State is throwing a huge amount of effort into him. But we got time. I'm gonna keep him. I don't think we're gonna get him, but we may be able to make up ground over time. I guess if we are keeping him, I should move him to send the house because we need to make up ground on him. Let's see about Kosher. Do we have a chance still? Yeah, we definitely are making our way, but those are very competitive teams ahead of us. It's most likely that we won't get him. I think you either need to increase it to sending the full house, or if you're not willing to send the full house in this case, it's probably time to cut your losses and remove all active actions and maybe even recruit them or remove them from the board if you have to. But I think I'm gonna try one more week to try and get him. It's probably a waste of points. Osgood, though, yeah, we're definitely gaining ground on him. We only have 2 real competitors. I do want to increase the points, so I'm gonna go ahead and oh, I should have just added those two. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use 40 points on him. This is kind of an overinvestment at tackle. Let's check to see team needs. So we only need one, or it says we need 3 tackles, but I don't believe that. We probably need 1 or 2 tackles. So a bit of an overinvestment. Probably better to simply remove Cozier since we're gonna maybe, well, we should at least be able to get Osgood. I think that I'm more interested. I don't know. I'm having a hard time picking between these 3. I think I'm going to leave them and see what happens next week. Sledge has locked us out. We can remove them. Anger, probably going to Oregon, but I'm not worried about it yet. Our team we do need, it says 2 guards. It's probably more likely 1. It doesn't say we need a center, so I'm not even worried about getting Griggs. We're going to move on to end. Yeah, it's looking pretty grim here. We're not even on the board with a scholarship offered. We're just not going to get this guy in all likelihood. Uh, Pretty much the same story here. Does not look like we will be able to get on the board. Yeah, we're close to getting cut out anyways. I'm removing him. Defensive tackle. Yeah, he's got some strong interest from good universities. He is a 5-star. He's going to be hard to get anyways. I'm going to, let's see. So we do have another week or so to make up ground. We've offered a scholarship already. It didn't put us on the board. It's either throw the house at him or remove him, or remove the points from him at least. We only have one interest that we've discovered so far. He is not interested in coach prestige. I'm going to go ahead and remove Kessman, by the way. I think I'm going to go ahead and just remove him too, or at least remove the points from him. Yeah, move out to outside linebacker. Oh, and when you remove someone from the board, I think it always removes their scholarship offer as well. It won't upset the player if you do, but if you do add them back later, you'll have to reoffer that scholarship. Let's see. So Alvarez, looking okay-ish, but we're not on the board yet. That's a bit concerning. Again, we're not on the board with Grimes, and Arkansas's got a lot of interest with him. I think I'm going to take Grimes out. Move on to middle linebacker. Malik has become unattainable. Johns looks pretty tough to get to. Moving to cornerback, Durbin's locked us out. Maragos, let's see. He is extremely favored by he extremely favors TCU. We have not offered him a scholarship, so we could jump up into his top 8 if we did potentially. I'm okay with his scouting. I just am not sure we can make the ground on TCU. I think I'm going to remove him. Free safety. We haven't even looked at this guy. We haven't looked at any of these 3, so I'll have a look at them if it looks like they can be recruited. This guy's essentially out. Winter, probably out. Garvin. There's some potential here, I think. I don't know. I guess I'll offer him a scholarship. I'll throw the house at him and see what happens. Free safety, we're trying to get Monty, and we're 4th. He's locked out, or he's going to lock out 8 after this, or beyond 8 after this week. I think we're okay to continue recruiting this guy. It looks like it has a chance. So then I'm going to go back to the top and go back over everything. So King, I'm thinking that we're getting King. I'm gonna keep only King for now. If I felt like I could use another quarterback, I would look, but yeah, we're pretty set on King, it looks like. So then running back, yeah, Bordeaux is not looking like an option. Soria could potentially be, but that's a lot of competition. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some running backs. I'm gonna add, let's see, probably 3 more running backs. Yeah, we've looked at Barnhart. I'll look at Lovelace. I'll look at Prude. I'll look at Awesome. I might add Cook. I'm gonna add Cook. Let's see what it's like. So Lovelace, that looks tough to recruit him. They're all kind of looking about the same for how viable they are, but Cook is actually being recruited by USC. No scholarship, though. That's important. So this guy has a scholarship from Troy, which means that, yeah, he's gonna favor them more than teams that haven't offered scholarships. I'm willing to look at these guys. We've only got 230 points, but if we find somebody, then we might be able to get them. This guy, yeah, neither of those two were gems. Awesome's got a negative development trait. Let's see about Cook. No development trait, and it doesn't look great there. I'm gonna go ahead and go after one of these two. Prude, 85 trucking, 84 for him, 82 carry versus, yeah, Cook, Lovelace. Who's faster? Speed is low. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Lovelace. And I'll send him a scholarship, and I'm gonna invest 40 points in him. Alright, I'm moving on to wide receiver. We have two guys that we think we might be able to get one of them. Hold on, I hit the wrong button. I'm going to have a look at what it thinks that we need for wide receiver. It's saying 7, that's not correct. I think we probably need 1 or 2. But it looks like we're only getting one of these guys, so I would maybe add like 2 guys to wide receiver and just see if we can find somebody else that we might be interested in. Have we looked at Workman? I'm gonna add 3 because I don't remember if we looked at Workman or not. I'm gonna add actually 4, and we'll look at these. So we have looked at Workman, and he's about to be unattainable. Longoria, we've got time on. Anzalone would be okay, I guess. So I'm gonna just go ahead and scout these guys and see if either or any of the 3 of them have a development trait or anything that makes it worth recruiting them. I'm going to check their speed. You want a speedy wide receiver if you can. So they're close in speed. Acceleration, Longoria is not as good. Jumping, I don't have for this guy. Yeah, I don't have it for this guy either. So this guy has good spectacular catch, not the best hands. Oops, I hit the wrong button again. It's hard to remember if I'm in the screen or not, so anyways. Let's see, Anzalone, yeah, I'm gonna remove Countess because he doesn't have great hands. I'm gonna keep the other 2. Although I am a bit worried about the viability of Anzalone. He does have more traits than, or more abilities than Longoria, at least that we found. I'm gonna go ahead and hit Longoria with a scholarship, and I'll offer him 25, or I'll use 25 points to recruit him. That leaves us with 15, so I'm gonna put another 5 on him. And then I'm going to move to tight end, and I'm going to get probably 4 or 5 tight ends that we'll look at next week after I play the game. Okay, that's going to do... Oh yeah, I do have 10 points remaining. I forgot about that. So I'm going to look a little bit at one of the tight ends. Whichever one seems like we can get him. Kieran Don or whatever, we're not getting him. He's too far along and too invested. Abraham, same thing. I think we can look at the remaining 3, and it looks like Maris is the best option. So I'll put some points into scouting, and then I'm gonna, in the next video, play the game against FCS. Actually, I'm not even sure I will. Well, I'll play it. I'm just not sure I'm gonna record it, because that's a FCS team, and I just don't think that's particularly interesting to watch, but we'll see. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope it was helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.